Why is Molly crying?
Because she doesn't want them to go to the hospital.
Let's go to the hospital because she's sick. All right. Sorry about that. We're back. I've just helped the wife get to the neighbour in the car, and they're heading off to the hospital now. So we'll continue on, even though my viewers have all disappeared. But hopefully they'll come back. It's all good. But unfortunately, as we all know, real life comes first, and when you have sick elderly neighbours, or elderly neighbours in general, you tend to want to look after them and do the right thing by them. So so she's on the way to the hospital now, and they'll hopefully be able to sort everything out, and she'll be fine. So anyway, all right. So I'll continue on with seeding, and we'll get the job done. Now the chat has cleared, but I think John had basically said any constructive criticism will be welcomed, because he was saying about how he was going to look at doing some mod making for Farming Simulator 19. Not a problem, John. We'll provide constructive criticism, and we'll showcase your mods. Not a problem at all. So just let us know. And we're also happy to beta test and all that for you as well. And if you want some beta testers, I'm sure some of the viewers and members of the DoughBoy Gaming channel or the Simulation Gaming Society be happy to oblige and help you out with some testing and stuff. So just let us know. More than happy to help. All right. So field 9, still don't know what I'm going to plant down there. I have to think about it pretty quick, because we're going to be finishing this field off relatively quickly. It's not a big field. In fact, I think what we might do is we might just do all 3 of these fields in wheat, which is fine. So we've got a decent amount of wheat. And then we've also got a good amount of straw to use, and we can use all that just purely for selling. Although we might keep some straw in case we decide to do some cows. We might do some cows in this map, purely just because I like the way the dairy's been laid out. So we might have to experiment with that. But we'll have to put a mixer down, because I hate doing the mixing and stuff like that. So and it means we have to do some silage work as well, but we've got plenty of grass, so that won't be a problem. And we'll probably put in a silage fermenter to use, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge a little bit later, I think. Although we could always put in the silage fermenter, and any extra grass we get, we can put straight into that and have it just sitting there. So we might do that, actually. We might do that after we've finished with these fields. We'll install a silage fermenter up at the main farm in our new storage area, alongside the silos we've installed, and that'll give us that capacity and that ability to take our grass and ferment it. All right. My apologies. Another sneezing fit. Just can't get away from it at the moment. All right. Just 1 or 2 more runs up here, and then we're done. Then we'll head down to field 9, get that done, and then we'll go and install our fermenter. Now we have got the luxury of having a fair bit of money left over at the moment, so 848,000. So we can buy some more. There's some more sheep. Which I don't think is really much point at the moment. We've got more than enough sheep there. We've got 564. We could get straight into doing our cow production if we wanted to as well, but we haven't got the crops in storage to provide feed and all that sort of stuff, so there's no point doing that. We could buy some more equipment, or we could buy some more fields. Now the fields part isn't so much of an issue because they are relatively cheap, but I don't want to get to the point where we've got too much to manage and we're sort of struggling. I'd like to sort of get to the point where we're sort of just doing enough to sustain ourselves and our needs before we sort of expand disproportionately, basically. We don't want to sort of go too big too quick, as opposed to doing our go big or go home series, for instance. We want to sort of just take it a bit slow and steady in this case. Alright. I'll come over here, open the gate. Now we might leave these gates open, I think, just for ease of transition at the moment, because we'll be back here fairly soon with the fertilizer spreader. Well, right, pays to be looking forward when you're driving forward. I'm here to find the gate to field 9. Not a bad map, this one. I don't mind this one at all. I think it's quite a good looking map. Go down the little track here to find the gate into field 9. Again, as we said earlier, we could always... Hey, David Bull's in the house. Hey, David, how are you, my friend? We could always cut through the hedge, but again, that... I mean, we're not playing full realistic, but it just... I just find that it takes a bit of the realism away. Spoils it a little bit sometimes. So until I get to the point where I get caught up on a gate and I curse myself for doing it, but we'll see how we go. So we'll cut right in here to the side of the hedge. We'll jump out, open this gate, and see if we can get through without any major dramas. Alright. How are you on this Monday morning, David? Good? Yeah, no, not too bad. Not too bad. Still suffering the effects a little bit. I've got a bit of... I don't know if it's actually hay fever, but suffering the effects of blocked sinuses and lots of sneezes. So I don't know if it's still a carryover of... being crook or something a little bit different, but yeah. No, other than that, we're doing okay. We've just had a bit of a disrupted stream. We've one of our elderly neighbours has rung up and said that she needed my wife because she's feeling quite ill, and so we had to sort of get my wife up out of bed and sent her down, and then they're off to the hospital. So we had to sort of stop the stream and go get the car for them and sort of bundle them off so they could go to hospital. But she should be okay. No, it doesn't seem to be anything serious. So we'll certainly hope for the best. But yeah, so interesting morning thus far. All right, let's go. I did lower it. We'll do the header row in cab, just because we can. Less liable to muck up the first header row than what I am anything else from in cab. Actually. Yeah. Alright. You haven't got a public holiday down in Victoria, have you, David? Oh, see, there you go. I went past this gate already. Didn't even notice it was there and open. So I made it a lot harder for myself by going to the other gate. But anyway, all's well that ends well. So what's everyone looking forward to? I'm with a lot of people looking forward to the Oregon DLC on American Truck Simulator. It's 3 or 4 days away now. Speculation is there may be another truck brand being released, which will be very interesting. Not so sure about that myself, but hey, I mean, who's to know? But we'll have to see what comes of that. But at the moment, we've been what's going on there? Sped up there a little bit too much, I thought. Alright, it's alright. So at the moment we're moving our truck from the southern area of the United States in ATS up to the north to prepare ourselves for Oregon being released. So we're up there and we can head straight into Oregon as soon as possible. So yeah, but anyway, we'll see how that goes. So looking forward to that one. What else is on the horizon? I mean, obviously Farming Simulator 19 is just over 6 weeks away now. Or probably closer to 7 weeks, but it's getting closer all the time. Let's just see how I'm going for distance. Not too bad. We'll see if we can stay in cab for this. See how badly I do. So yeah, looking forward to that. It may have some interesting news in relation to what we're going to do with 19. We've got a couple of things in the works, possibly. So we'll just sort of see how that goes, how it all pans out. But yeah, looking forward to that. Certainly will be very interesting. There's a lot of changes, I think there's a lot of minor changes and tweaks that will sort of go probably unnoticed until release. But certainly some of the gameplay elements coming into it will be interesting. The lime, the weeding, all that sort of stuff. I mean, everyone's mainly excited about the John Deeres. I mean, really that's driven, I think, primarily from the console players. I mean, fortunately or not, PC users have had the ability to have John Deere via mods all the way through. So there's probably not so much angst in relation to John Deere. I think that's mainly the console players and that, and particularly all the carry on about only one combine harvester. I mean, I'm not going to rant. I promise I'm not going to rant. But I mean, some people really need to sort of get their get a bit of a reality check. But anyway, Robert Muller, thank you for joining, mate. How are you, bud? Good to see you in here. I noticed you there last night in Tassie Nate's stream. Yeah, so Farming Simulator 19, I think on many different levels will be very good and very interesting. But as I've said to everyone, if you're expecting to see those four-legged things on any of my videos, you're going to be waiting probably a long time, because I don't see myself touching them at all. Unless we get a couple of mods put out specifically for them, which I've covered at some length. Yeah, we won't be touching them, I don't reckon. I may just do it just to show the fact they're there, but I mean, I'd be remiss in not showing that as part of the game, but certainly won't be using it. Yeah, you're a moderator for everyone, mate. You're a bit of a floozy. You get around. Anyway, all good, all good. I mean, Tassie Nate's a good bloke. He's an Australian. He's a Tasmanian. So I mean, how can it go wrong? All right, so we'll come out of cab now because. Oh no, I didn't miss. I only missed that corner. That's not too bad for in cab. I've done far worse. So yeah, we'll. So you just got to remember next time that we've got fertiliser available up at the main farm, but our seeds are down here at this farm, just down here. But what I am planning on doing is putting a seed production building in as well, so I can produce my own seed. So it's a matter of adding seed and fertiliser in there, and it'll produce seed. So we'll certainly be looking at doing that, because that's one way to bring a lot of the operating costs down by making your own seed. But we also have to make our own fertiliser, because that's the other side of it that we have to pump into it. And if we're paying for fertiliser, we're sort of offsetting any gains we're making by producing our seeds. So that's okay. If we put a silage fermenter in, we can then put a fertiliser production facility in and use the silage to produce fertiliser, and then we've got our loop. We'll be sort of self-sustaining pretty much. Alright, we've got 7 watching again now, so we've resumed some viewers back by the look of it. So who else is in the house? We've got Robert and we've got David. Don't be shy, speak up, let me know you're in the chat. The thing is, you never know, in fact I haven't spoken about that for a while, you never know when there might just be a random giveaway. So yeah, speaking of giveaways, not really a giveaway, but we do have a competition running at the moment, details of which are on my Discord channel, and the competition is for a copy of Farming Simulator 19. I haven't really sort of promulgated that well enough, so I'm probably been a bit lax in that. But all you have to do is basically provide a mod that is personalised for DoughBoy Gaming, whether it be with my my logo, which I'm happy to provide to whoever's wanting to enter the competition. But yeah, so basically providing a modded mod for DoughBoy Gaming, and one of my special VIP members of the channel will be one of the judges with me, and we shall give away a copy of Farming Simulator 19. Now there will also be another 2 copies of Farming Simulator 19 given away. I'm just in the midst of formulating the competition to give those away at the moment, so we'll sort of see where that ends up. But hopefully we get a couple of entries into the mod competition. Certainly would be what I'd like to see, but we'll see what happens. So with that competition is open until I think the 10th of November. I think we said. So still a fair bit of time, but also in the same vein, not a great deal of time. So so get those mods in, and hopefully you'll win a copy of Farming Simulator 19 Steam Edition. Alright, so we're just going to bring the seeder up here. Just put it out of the way. Alright, we'll just leave it here. Alright, now what we'll do is we'll have a look and see where we're at field wise now. Let's come over here. So if we have a look, so 7, 8, and 9 have now been planted with wheat. They are now growing. They are fully fertilised, which is great. We just need to work with fields 5, 6, 10, and 11 now. Also field 40 needs to be ploughed. So what we'll do is we'll head back over to the main farm. We'll put our fermenter in. And actually, let's have a look at the grass. I think we've got some grass that's ready to... oh, no, I haven't got any... Oh, yes, we have. We've got field 13 and 12. We've got some grass ready to grow, so to mow. So we'll have to head over there and probably the next game day and mow that. And we'll basically put that straight in the fermenter. We'll get that going straight away. So we'll head on over to the main farm, get all that installed now. And... we'll progress that on as quick as we can. So who else is looking forward to Farming Simulator 19? And if you are, what are you looking most forward to? I'm definitely not just looking forward to Farming Simulator 19 and John Deere. I am looking forward to probably mostly the cotton experience. I have enjoyed doing cotton. If you don't already know, we've been doing some cotton on Beaver Creek. I'm enjoying doing the cotton on there. But I'm really looking forward to using the in-game giant stuff with that cotton module unit and the custom built trailers and all that sort of stuff. So really looking forward to that. Charlie Anderson, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. I don't think I've seen you here before. Please feel free to like and subscribe and enjoy the madhouse that is Duck Zorley Gaming. And where you're from, Charlie? You might not get Farming Simulator 19. Why not, David? Yeah, Charlie, that's 3 highs, mate. I've already said g'day to you. So let's see if we can get past the high. We'll just cut through the shed here. There's our combine sitting off there with the headers. A little New Holland there with the loader on it. Well, loader and bale forks. Alright, so here we are in our storage area. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to shut him down. And we'll head on over here and see where we're going to put our fermenter. We've got to leave space for basically the fermenter and also our seed units. We'll put them in now. We'll see if we can do that now. So let's do a bit of work here on the farm. Go through our placeables. There's our GTX Mods fermenter, our go-to. Now, the problem is the lay of the land isn't exactly perfect in relation to level and all that sort of stuff. Which becomes a bit more problematic because it tends to sort of hit below the surface. And that's one of the things that will be good with... that'll probably work. That will be very good with... we can always go through the washer. I see how that looks there. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, it tends to go... One of the good things it'll be with Farming Simulator 19 is when you place a placeable object, it actually levels the ground. That's not too bad, actually. Not too bad there at all. So we'll take that. That's our fermenter in place. So we come in, we drop the grass over through here. And then we get liquid slurry and we get silage as well. So we get the 2 functions out of that. Too busy working. I haven't played Farming Simulator 17 for about 4 weeks. It's not multiplayer. Farming Simulator 19 is definitely multiplayer. I know they haven't talked about it, but I know they have said it is multiplayer. But anyway, I'm sure we'll see you over there at some point, David. I'm sure we will. All right. Big model auto. Focuses automatic. Focuses with switch. Oh, okay. So I did an update for these. So these big lights, I'll probably put some of these up in this area. These ones come on automatically, and these ones come on with a push button switch. So that's okay. All right. So here's our seed production, fertilizer production, liquid fertilizer production. Get our seed production out. And this is where the problem is in the fact that it sits so far up. I mean, you do have ramps for it, but it's just not the way we want to do it. If I put it that way, because we'd have to come around the back end. What we may do is we may actually put that... Oh, he did. No, sorry, David. Yeah, my bad. No, Charlie, this is not multiplayer. This is a solo play only. I think we might put it about there. That may work. If I put that one... Let's have a look and see how that sits. No, definitely not multiplayer. Oh, as you can see, so this is the problem you have. This is one part of Farming Simulator 19 I'm looking forward to. So it doesn't adjust the terrain. It just doesn't look right. So so that one will come out of there. Pull that one straight out. Yeah, sorry about that, David. I didn't catch what Charlie said. Sorry, I was concentrating on what you said and not what Charlie said at the time. Okay. All right. So we may have to find somewhere else to put our seed and fertilizer production units, but we'll have a look at that later. Bundy Bear. G'day, Bundy. How are you, bud? So Bundy Bear is basically our latest subscriber, and he's part of the crew over at Tassie Nate's crew. So so please go and check out all the guys over there. Nice to have Bundy here. Bundy's an ex-service member of the Australian Defence Force as well. So it's always good to have a fellow veteran in here as well. So much respect. And yeah, good to have you here, Bundy. Actually, see our fertilizer. Yeah, see, this isn't going to work either. See, this is what happens. So this is where we are looking forward to Farming Simulator 19. So we'll get rid of that as well, and we'll have to find somewhere else to put it, which is a bit of a bummer because we're hoping that this area might be there. I mean, the other thing I could do is I could try and go into GE and just butcher the map entirely. And we know what happens when I go into GE, and it's never a good thing. So yeah, we might just have to leave that, go find another bit of flat land, and may have to go find another bit of grass to wipe away. Yes, that's right. Lord of the Grass is getting rid of some flat grass. This field probably isn't so bad. Anyway, all right, let's go and see what else we've got to do. So we've done all that. Didn't end up doing anything there we wanted to. So what we might do is we might just... Let's go and have a look at our sheep. Just make sure the sheep are okay. So like I said, this has the grazing mod installed in it by default, the map. So all you got to do is add the grazing mod into your mod folder. And as you can see, if I bring up that, it's currently telling me at the bottom of the information panel that there's 0 litres of grass in the sheep pasture. So the grass hasn't grown enough to give any grass. We do have some bales over there which we brought up. We bought when we started the game because we knew we were going to need them. But if we have a look at the status of our sheep at the moment, we do need to give them some grass and some water. So what we'll do is we'll open the gate here, we'll reverse the big semi-trailer up. Now the reason we're using such a big trailer here is because we've got so many sheep, they use a lot of water. So we'll just reverse him up, offload some water. What we're probably going to do is probably end up putting a dolly on it. Then we can just use a tractor. But for the interim, this is what we've got with our old Mac, which has fast become my my favourite truck. It's taken over all the other trucks that we've had, and so yeah. But anyway, we'll hopefully that black sheep will move out of the way. It should be okay. So we'll unload from there. So if we go and have a look, so 13,000, 15,000, so it's about 30,000 litres of water to fill up for the sheep. There you go, 25,000 litres, and we're going to need about another 20,000 litres of grass. So we've got a lot of grass to put in there yet. Alright, so what we might do is we'll bring the trailer out. Park him back here. Shut him off. We'll go and shut the gate for now, and we'll have to go and get some more grass bales over here. So what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a cheaty sheep. We'll teleport back over to the main farm. This one here, and this is exactly who we wanted. So we'll grab the New Holland. And we'll go and grab one of the Flegel trailers, grab some bales, and we'll take it over and we'll fix up the sheep and give them some feed. Yeah, thanks, Robert. Don't forget to like the video. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And if you don't like the video, then press the dislike button. We won't hold grudges. Well, not for long anyway. Right, who left that John Deere here? All right, I don't know who these people are. They just leave stuff around, lying in the yard. Can't put things away where they were supposed to go. Terrible. All right, shut him off. Back out here to the New Holland. In fact, what we'll do is we'll get some bales out first. So if you haven't used this before, this is a fantastic mod from GTX and LS Mod Company. It is brilliant. So the big advantage with these mods, there's two different versions. There's the bale sheds and timber shed as well. There's a timber one as well. But there's also the barns, and the advantage with them is if you're running a map with a lot of sheep or animals, yeah, thanks David. Yeah, if you're driving a farm or running a farm with a lot of animals and you use a lot of bales, storing them can be problematic, especially with seasons. But also problematic in the fact of the amount of memory that it uses up and all that sort of stuff, system resources. Whereas using this mod, it actually takes the bale and removes them as an actual object and just stores them mathematically in the script. And so it actually removes all that that resource hogging. So it's fantastic in that regard. So yeah. So what we're going to do is another 6 bales. They should have loaded up, which they did. So we're going to grab the New Holland. We'll head on over. Turn off the auto load. And we'll go feed these sheep. So yeah, it's a great mod to use. Definitely in my top 10 mods, the bale sheds. And it's not just because we know GTX personally and all that sort of stuff. It is just a fantastic mod that assists not only with the gameplay, but also in the fact of making it that much better, especially for those that have a computer that's not quite got the same processing power as some of us. And it removes a lot of that that resource issue. Like, so if previously if you go to sort of a map and you've got a lot of bales there, you'll find that your frames per second will drop significantly, all that sort of stuff. And that mod sort of really helps alleviate that problem. So David said it's about time I drive a JD. I think he missed the fact that all the previous part of this live stream before we had to sort of dash off and help the neighbour was I was driving a JD. So and the other thing that a lot of people that stir me up about not driving JD. So for those that aren't aware, I'm not a huge JD fan. Never have been. In the game, my favourite is Class. Just purely from an aesthetic reason. There's no real reason. I'm not a farmer by heart or anything else like that, so I've got no real reason to like or dislike a brand. It's just Class has always been the one that I've liked and enjoyed the look of. But no worries, David. Off to work. Have fun, mate. Enjoy. Be safe. All that sort of stuff. We'll catch you again very, very soon. Thanks for jumping in, mate. Yeah, so Class is my favourite, but John Deere has never been one that I've sort of never really. It's not that I haven't liked it. It's just more that it's not one that I've actually been interested in. And I've always stirred people up and said I'm not going to use John Deere and all that sort of stuff. And while it is true to a point, it got to the point where I thought, well, I need to sort of, as I said in the last one of my videos that were coming out this week, I think about as I just rammed into the trailer, about needing to diversify and all that sort of stuff. So we've started using a bit of the JD stuff, and oh, I didn't release the trailer, did I? Alright, what we'll do is we'll grab the ones off the ground first. Yeah, so we thought, well, we'd start using the John Deere, and that's what we're doing. So terrible driving there today, driving all over the actual feed trough. Oh, shocking. I should actually be using my side panel, which would probably make it a little bit better than my mouse. And I also probably need a weight on the back end of this. Alright. So as you can see, we've put, what, 3 bales in there now, and it's probably not even made a dent in the animals. Oh, that's not too bad. A couple more bales should be sufficient. Robert says he hasn't seen Johnny V stream for a while. I can't remember seeing him stream for a while either. I think he streamed the other day, though. I stand corrected if I'm wrong, but I think he did stream the other day. Right, there is a weight out the other side of this this pasture that I did bring to use, and I haven't put it on at all. Anyway, right, that should be sufficient. What we'll do is we'll wait for these sheep to get out of the way. You have to move that trailer because we've left it just in an awkward spot. Come on, sheep, move out of the way. Or is it going to be dinner? Make it roadkill. Let's just roll over it. Alright. So we'll grab the trailer. We'll just pull up out of the way. We've got no need to... Why is it not collecting that? That's better. We've got no need for the trailer to be down at the farm at the moment, so we can just leave it here for now. And that's exactly what we'll do. Alright. I'll jump out, close the gate. Alright. So that's the sheep dealt with. Now what we will do is we'll head on over here and have a look and see how much wool we've got produced. So while we feed the sheep and all that over there, the wool comes out over here, and as you can see, we've got a bit of wool there now. So we're going to have to see. We might have to bring the 6 bales already. Okay. They all full. We might have stopped production at the moment because we've got all full. I think we have, so we're going to have to get rid of them. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll unfortunately for you possibly, we'll do a bit more loader work. So we'll change over the forks. Pretty sure we had some bale pallet forks over at the near the truck. So I'll head on over there and have a look. There it is in there. Just got enough room to get in there. Okay. Now what we will do as well is we'll reverse up there and see if we can pick up that weight. Oh, actually we should be okay. We've only got the wool. So, we should be okay. Alright, let's see how we go at picking up these bales. Now, this is something that generally I've always been very, very bad at. And I very rarely do it from in cab. But we'll see how we go. So don't judge me. Okay, let's go out of cab. So we'll do it out of cab. Otherwise we'll be here all day, all week. And what we'll do is we'll... where am I going to put these? Okay, we'll go up. That'd be better. Take the weight off put the weight back on the front wheels. Oh, this is terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm thinking about other things and not concentrating. Anyway, so we'll bring all these up here. And we'll just put them in here near the shed here. Okay. Grab the next one. My depth perception is obviously way off. All right. Farmer Klein is back. Probably not a good time to come back, Klein, because it's watching me do an absolute rubbish job of using a loader. I've always have problems, and I don't know if any of you have this problem, with offloading bales at times. Sometimes they just do not want to come off. Or bales or pallets or whatever. Particularly probably pallets at the moment that I'm talking about. But yeah, sometimes it's particularly shocking. All right. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, well, I certainly don't practice enough. That's for sure. Plus, I'm still getting used to using this side panel joystick because I just don't use it enough. And again, that's sort of leading into what you've just said. Practice makes perfect. So alright. So 4 down, 2 to go. And then next time I promise I won't punish you through all this. I'll just bring the autoloader in, I think. Bear with me 2 seconds, just gotta take this phone call. Alright, sorry about that. And that crash was because I was pushing buttons at the wrong time. That was just a bit of an update on our neighbour that's just been taken to hospital. So yeah, I couldn't sort of not take that call, so I apologise. Alright. So you've got one more bale to punish you with. So I do apologise for this stream being a little bit disjointed, but real life happens, and we've unfortunately had to deal with some incidents that we'd rather not have to deal with, but hopefully all shall end well that in the end, but it is what it is, so there we go. So Farmer Client says, I tried an Xbox controller when I was travelling with my laptop, couldn't do a thing with it, too many dang buttons. I actually, in a way, I actually sort of prefer the Xbox controller to sometimes using the wheel and this joystick on the side panel. Probably purely because of the fact I'm used to it so much more. But yeah, get off. Right, finally, everyone says. Alright, what we'll do is we'll park the forks down here, and the pallet forks and the loader, I mean, because we don't really need them now. As you can hear my kids in the kitchen making all hell of a noise. Alright, so that's that punishment done. We'll head back down to the farm now. Alright, and then the only thing we've got left to do, like I said before, is we need to plough field 40, so the big field that we're coming up to here on our right hand side. So that'll probably be the next thing we do. But we might do that off camera, because I think we'll probably leave it about there. primarily because we may need to go off to the hospital and support our neighbour and stuff. So again, I do sincerely apologise for the many muting moments and the disconnection, all that sort of stuff. It is one of those things, real life comes first, as we said before. I certainly do appreciate all those that have been able to tune in and continue to support the channel. So Bundy Bear, Farmer Klein, Robert Muller, David Bull, and everyone else that's joined in. It is greatly appreciated, and hopefully the next one will be a little bit less disjointed, and we shall continue our farming here on our Welsh farm, Gwenddyr. But until next time, no matter whether it's morning, afternoon, evening or night, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we shall see you again very, very soon. Thanks very much for watching. See you later. Bye.